Shalom, shalom. DOSD, be the Hebrew Israelites, coming at y'all with a lesson. Brother Tazamah.
It's Brother Yomarion.
Brother Kazak.
All right, and
Kazak.
we're gonna get into the real story of Thanksgiving. All right. So let me share my screen real quick.
Thanksgiving, man.
Thanksgiving.
All right, y'all can see my screen. All right. It says the real story of Thanksgiving, story of a massacre, 1637.
Mhm.
It says we all need to learn the painful history of Thanksgiving so we do not live in lies. Abraham Lincoln proclaimed a day of Thanksgiving in 1863. The federal government declared the last Thursday in November as the legal holiday of Thanksgiving in 1898. So this just give you, a little backstory on what really happened on Thanksgiving. It says, however, the meaning of Thanksgiving for the Native Americans is filled with painful history that has been covered up with the Pilgrims and the Indian stories. Right? So you got Native Americans. They don't even know. They don't even celebrate Thanksgiving. You got some?
I got a precept real quick. This the book of Psalms chapter 58. The book of Psalms chapter 58 verse 3. It says the wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. So the wicked, as we know, is as an Edomite nation. So he been speaking lies because nowadays they what they teach you in kindergarten. They teach you that it was a nice big feast, that the pilgrims was having a nice big feast with the Native Americans. And everything went all smooth, everything was hugs and kisses, and everything was all cupcakes, man. No, it wasn't like that, man. This holiday, this so-called holiday is based off the slaughtering of our people, man. It's based off the slaughtering of the so-called Native American Indians and how the so-called white man came and took their land from them. After the Native Americans extended their hand and showed them how to grow the crops in the area and showed them how to survive on the land. The so-called white man, he dealt with them treacherously, man. So the wicked, they are estranged from the womb. As soon as they be born, they speaking lies, man. Because this whole holiday is built off of lies, man. That's it. Y'all could go ahead.
That's right.
And for the Jake that's out there getting your turkeys ready, man. Hey, you gotta kind of research because you just celebrating. Even the Native Americans, they know what's really a sub, and this is a holiday about them. They don't even celebrate it. So Jake, hey, you better search into different things to find out what they truly mean. You got Jake just buying turkeys, don't even know what they celebrating. Want to have a feast. You got it.
Hey, and even when I was watching I was Sons of Thunder, Milk Mondays, right? Or Brother Eliel did a whole history on Thanksgiving, right? And he went into the aspects of what the turkey symbolized, the cranberry sauce, and the turkeys and the cranberry sauce and the stuffing.
Right.
So basically, what those the Edomites did was when we gave them colonies, right, in like New England and all those other colonies up there in north, like by Maine and New Hampshire or whatever. What they used to do is they used to go out and kidnap or go out and grab Native Americans.
Mm-hmm.
What they'll do is they'll chop off their head and then they'll kick their head around like a soccer ball in the streets, and then the body they'll hang up for as like a pinata, and then when they will beat the body out, that represents the cranberry sauce. When the headless body represents the turkey, right? That's why the turkey doesn't have a head, right? So the blood represents the cranberry sauce, and they used to stuff the body with all types of vile things, man. That's where you get the stuffing from, I just want to bring that. It's wicked, man.
Yeah, that's crazy because that's crazy that you said that because I just had learned that too.
Oh,
man.
Yeah, man, it's ridiculous what they was doing, man. All right, this is let me get a preset. Y'all got it.
All right. So we're gonna use a little bit more in the article. It says most of us associate the holiday with happy pilgrims and Indians sitting down to a big feast. And that did happen once. The story began in 1614 when a band of English explorers sailed home to England with a ship full of Padetek, I don't really know that word, full of basically Indians bound for slavery. So that's kind of a cut to all you brothers that say Native Americans don't fit the curses. Hey man, you can't make that up. They went on boats. Yeah, they went on slavery on boats, man. And that's in the book of Deuteronomy 28 and 58.
Uh,
All right. We're gonna keep moving. It says they left behind smallpox, which virtually wiped out those who had escaped. It says by the time the pilgrims arrived in Massachusetts Bay, they found only one living Indian, a man named Squanto, who had survived slavery in England and knew their language. All right, so let me get a quick precept.
Kind of got one after you.
All right,
Come on.
let's go to the book of just that. Hey, Clocky, bear with me. Nahum, chapter 3, verse 1. It says, "Woe to the bloody city! It is full of lies and robbery. The prey departeth not." Right. So this the city and America was founded off of robbery and lies, man. You know, it just said hey, they left behind smallpox. They don't tell you that in the history class. They tell you they just came down. You know, everybody had a good lunch meal together. Everybody ate happily, but they don't tell you about damn near wiping out the whole damn Native American race. You know, it said, hold on,
Right.
it says they have left behind smallpox, which virtually wiped out those who had escaped. By the time the Pilgrims arrived in Massachusetts Bay, they found only one living. So, hey, that's kind of deep. They said they only found one living Indian. All right, let's go.
That's crazy. I got a precept.
Go ahead.
Right? Just jumping back off of Nahum chapter 3 and 1. Right? This is Habakkuk chapter 2 and 12. Woe to him that buildeth a town with blood. So they came over here and slaughtered Americans, man, Native Americans, man. Right? Gad and Reuben, man. Right? They built their towns by blood. Right? And it says and establish a city by iniquity, man. Right? All through this sin, man. What the Edomites did, man, when they came over here. Right? You can't deny the Native Americans are not Israelites, man. Or what they want. That's in the curses. All right, let's get Deuteronomy chapter 28. All right. This is Deuteronomy 28. Because hey, the Native Americans don't just fit Deuteronomy 28, right? And 68. They fit more curses, man. All right, let's go to Deuteronomy chapter 28. And let's start at verse. This is Deuteronomy 28 and verse 49. The Lord shall bring a nation against thee from far, from the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle flieth, man. And that was their symbol back then as well. The damn eagle, man. Right? And it says, a nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand. Our people were speaking Paleo Hebrew, right? Northern Kingdom was speaking Paleo. You have the stone tablets, right, down there in New Mexico, right, or the Hebrew writings, right? You can't deny. There's too much archaeology to deny that the Native American and Latinos is not the Israelites, right? And it says, verse 50, a nation of fierce countenance, which shall not regard the person of the old, nor show favor to the young, right? And it says, he shall eat the fruit of thy cattle, right? It was out there slaying buffaloes, right? They make the buffalo go extinct. So it was slaying buffalo. See, when the Native Americans when they kill the animals, they use every aspect of the animal, the bones, they eat the meat, right? They use every aspect of the fur, right? They was just out, the Edomites out there slaying the buffalo, man, for gain, for fun. Right, but we know Esau and hunter, right? So he's gonna do that. That's in his spirit, right? That's how you know The curses fall upon them. And he says, and he shall eat the fruit of thy cattle and the fruit of thy land, right, until thou be destroyed, which also shall not leave neither the either corn, wine, or oil. So it's taking up the land, man, or the increase of thy kind, or flocks of thy sheep, until he have destroyed them. That's what that's what Esau did to the Native Americans, right? Killed off all the animals, taking all their land and messing up the damn land, man. Right?
Con.
You got it.
All right, I want
Con, I got a piece of
to. Yeah, I want to get another quick curse real quick. Yeah, I can hear you. You straight?
Oh, okay, Con. Satan keep trying to knock me out, man. I don't know.
Yeah. But yeah, another curse that the Native Americans said, it says, verse 59, then the Lord will make thy plagues wonderful, and the plagues of thy seed, even great plague, and long continuing, and more sick and sore sickness, and long continuing. Right? So, hey, smallpox, that's a great plague. And it just tells you that it wiped out all the Native Americans, and there was only one left. Just to a plague, man, of the disease, a pestilence. So the Native Americans fit multiple curses. All right.
All right, did y'all, Salakia, did y'all bring out Genesis 49 already?
You can bring it out.
We can get it.
Right, this book of Genesis, chapter 49, verse 19. It says, "Yeah, a troop shall overcome him, but he shall overcome at the last." So that troop that overcame Gad, that's the so-called, American cavalry. That was them pilgrims out there, that sent them on the Trail of Tears and all that, that took their land, they slaughtered damn near 77 million of them, man. That's what that prophecy is talking about, And now they celebrate that event that happened, They celebrate it every year, so-called Thanksgiving, but as we call it in the truth, Thanksgiving, man. So like brothers was going, I'm gonna let me back off of that point that y'all had made in I believe it was Nahum when you said the city is soaked with blood, man. What does the Most High say about cities being soaked with blood? Let's go to Numbers 35 and 33. It says, "So you shall not pollute the land wherein ye are, for blood it defileth the land." So this whole land is defiled with the blood of the so-called, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Before it was even before it was defiled with our blood, it was defiled with the blood of Gad, man, and the blood of Reuben. So right now we standing on the bones of our enemies, man, and they celebrating the damn slaughtering of our people, man. And it says, "And the land cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein."
I think they got him out again.
But by
Brother. Yeah, it's freezing.
Yeah, they Satan, man. I'm gonna finish.
Con.
I don't even know if he Brother Kazak, you can hear me?
the blood of
Brother, he might have to leave and come back if he's tweaking like that.
Yeah.
Con, I got a precept, brother. Chazak. I don't think, can you hear us?
No, I don't think so. He kind of skipping. You could bring it out though.
This is Deuteronomy chapter 19 and 14. And this is what else Esau did when he came over here. And that's why they don't like to talk about reparations with us, because the first thing that has to come to mind is, oh, well, you have to give us back your land. That's the first thing. You can't talk about nothing. You have to give back the land. Everybody knows it's common history that you stole the land, right? But this is what the law says about that, removing thy neighbor's landmark. This is Deuteronomy chapter 19 and verse 14. Thou shalt not remove thy neighbor's landmark, right? So if you get a plot inheritance, your neighbor just can't say, well, I'm going to make your landmark start back here so I have more land now. They can't do that. That's off. right? That messes up the inheritance and all of that, man. That's what
Mhm.
Esau did. He removed the neighbor's landmark, right? He's kind of dwelling with the Native Americans and came in and started taking their land by force, man. And it says, which they of old time have set in thine inheritance. The Native Americans and Latinos, when it was over there since Salmanessar the king, right? The Assyrian Empire, right? That's when they went over there. That was from old time. That was way before 1492, right? And it says, which thou shalt inherit, right? In the land that the Lord thy God giveth thee to possess. Did not the Most High calm the rivers of the Euphrates River and allow the Native Americans to pass through for that year-long journey to the a land never mankind dwelt? The Most High ordained them to go over there. The Most High gave them that land. He gave Esau that land, right? You can read about that in Second Ezra, the 13th chapter.
God.
Right.
That's what Esau did. He removed the neighbor's landmark, right? The Most High is going to destroy him for that. Right, you got it.
Back.
Con, I keep getting taken out. I don't know what's going on. That's
Probably,
Satan, man,
yeah.
trying to take away the word.
That's Satan. That's Satan, and he don't stop.
Yeah.
Don't stop. No, you got it, King.
But let us
Con,
teach
but
how
where,
to.
where was that with it though?
Yeah, I was gonna get back to the article, but yeah, I was gonna say let us teach on
Con, go
our
ahead.
celebrate Thanksgiving. It probably won't be no interruptions.
Right.
All right, this is going on an article. It says he taught them to grow corn and to fish and to negotiate a peace treaty between the Pilgrims and the Wampanoag Nation. I'm gonna pronounce it right. Right. So it's saying the man that was left, Squanto, he taught the Pilgrims how to grow corn. You know how to fish. You know, it says at the end of their first year, the Pilgrims held a great feast honoring Squanto and the Wampanoags. It says, but as word spread in England about the paradise to be found in the New World, religious zealots called Puritans began arriving by the boatload. Finding no fences around the land, they considered it to be a public domain. Joined by other British settlers, they seized the land, capturing strong young natives or slaves and killing the rest. But the Pequot nation had not agreed to the peace treaty Squanto had negotiated, and they fought back. So I want to give a quick precept real quick. All right. Let's go to the book of Exodus, 21st chapter. Real quick. Exodus 21st, 21, and I think verse 16, I believe. Exodus chapter 21, verse 16. It says, and he that stealeth a man and selleth him, or if he be found in his hand, he shall surely be put to death. So when they came over here, you know, they stole the Native Americans, you know, killed them and put them in slavery, you know. So Esau definitely got to pay for what he did, man.
That's
You
right.
can't just go in a corner store and grab an item and walk out and not pay for it. It don't work like that. Esau's got to pay for what he did, you know, to God's chosen people. All right, brothers got a precept.
No, you got it.
All right, we gonna keep going on real quick. It says the Pequot War was one of the bloodiest Indian wars ever fought. In 1637, near present-day Groton, Connecticut, over 700 men, women, and children of the Pequot tribe had gathered for their annual Green Corn Festival, which is our Thanksgiving celebration. In the pre-dawn hours, the sleeping Indians were surrounded by English and Dutch mercenaries who ordered them to come outside. Those who came outside were shot or clubbed to death, while the terrified woman and children who huddled inside the Longhorse was burnt alive. That's crazy. I want to get another precept.
I got one after you too, King. Because you said she was burnt alive.
Yeah, they was burnt alive.
I got a precept after you can
Yeah, let's go to the book of Hebrews, man.
get it.
All right. Let's get the book of Hebrews, chapter 12, verse 6. It says, what's this? Hebrews 12 and 16, Salaki. It says, lest there be any fornicator or profane person as Esau, who for one morsel of his meat sold his birthright. So, it's no, profane or fornicator like Esau, man. It just said that he damn burnt them alive, the women and the children, you know. So Esau don't really spare feelings when he commit murders or crimes. Just like the same way Most High willing, we not gonna spare their feelings, man.
That's right.
When it's time to tables to turn, we're not gonna spare their feelings. You know, you got it.
And this is not the first time that in history Esau has done burning our people, right? Hewing our people, killing our people, right? Like this. But let me get a precept, right? Because she said he burnt her alive, man. Right? Didn't they do that in the Grecian Empire? Didn't they burn our people alive for even keeping the laws? Period.
Mhm.
Right? This is Maccabees chapter 6. All right. Let me see. Yep, this is Second Maccabees chapter 6 and verse 11. Right now, I'm gonna start at verse 8. Moreover, there went out a decree to the neighbor cities of the heathen by the suggestion of Ptolemy against the Jews, right? Ptolemy was one of the four generals, right? He ruled from Egypt, I think, unto Israel, right? That was his section. And then you have Seleucus, Cassander, right? Lysimachus, and etc. But Ptolemy, right?
So, Laki, you said what? You said First Maccabees what?
Second Maccabees chapter 6 and verse 8.
Okay, come on.
Right? So Ptolemy he put out a decree, right? And it says against the Jews that they should observe the same fashions and be partakers of their sacrifices. So they forced the Jews to partake in what the Greeks were doing, right? The profane, and we just read Esau as a fornicator, he's a profane person. What type of things that they have our people doing even today, right? Having these orgy parties, right? The higher elites, right? They're getting all types of vile things, man, right? So there went out a decree that to do the same thing as the Greeks. So now what? And whoso would not conform themselves to the manner of the Gentiles. So if he wasn't getting down with Esau, and if he wasn't getting down with the way he was living, right, then what? Should be put to death. You won't die. Let's see how they were killing, right? Let's see how they were killing our forefathers and our foremothers, right? And it says to them, and whoso would not conform themselves to the manners of the Gentiles should be put to death. Then might a man have seen the present misery, right? Verse 10, it says, and brought who had, and it says, for there were two women, right, brought who had circumcised their children, whom they had openly led around about the city, right? The babes hanging at their breasts, they cast them headlong down from a wall. So what they did was, when those women that was trying to circumcise their children and snuck up to the mountains and the caves to do that, they took the baby in the umbilical cord, took the baby, threw him headlong down the wall, and wrapped the umbilical cord around the mother's neck and let them walk around the city like that in shame, man, making them a public example to our forefathers and foremothers, saying, don't keep the laws or this is going to happen to you too. That's what they did, right? And what else did they do? And it says, verse 11, and others that had run together in the caves near, right, by to keep the Sabbath day secretly. So they was putting their lives on the line to keep the Sabbath day, man. Jake don't want to keep the Sabbath day because it mess up his day at the gym, right?
Right.
But they was running to the caves to keep the Sabbath day, like coming up with plans. Okay, we're gonna leave at this time, we're gonna do this. That's what our forefathers was into. That's what they were doing. And what happened, man? And it says being discovered, so they got found. To Philip were all burnt together. Hey, they were burnt alive for keeping the Sabbath day. And it says, because they made a conscience to help themselves for the honor of the most sacred day, man. Right? So they were burnt together for trying to even keep the Sabbath, man. Right? Let me give one more precept in Isaiah, the 10th chapter, going into the decrees that Esau sets, man. Right? This is Isaiah chapter 10. Right? Isaiah 10 and 1. Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees. Right? Hey, most I said destruction unto them that decree unrighteous decrees, right? Esau makes unrighteous decrees all the time, right? Isn't pedophilia legal in California, right? You won't have to register as a sex offender, right? If you're dealing with a minor that's 10 years or less from you, so you can be 21 and kind of deal with a fifth grader that consents, right? And you won't have to register as a sex offender. Isn't that an unrighteous decree, right? And it says,
Right.
and that right grievousness which they have prescribed, they write those things, right? They put that all in the bills, right? Bill 01471 says you can do this, right? They prescribe those things, right? You got it.
I got a point. But yeah, I got a point and a precept, because how Esau come with them decrees, and because America is so called the daughter of Babylon. These same things was happening in ancient Babylon, man. With Nebuchadnezzar, when he had brought that golden statue, when he created that golden statue and said that when y'all hear the music, y'all gotta worship it. Let me just go ahead and grab it, man. I'll talk about it. I might as well be about it.
Right.
It's the book of Daniel, chapter 3, and verse 1, it says, Nebuchadnezzar the king made an image of gold whose height was 60 cubits, and the breadth thereof 6 cubits. He set up in the plain of Dura in the province of Babylon. Then Nebuchadnezzar the king sent to gather together the princes, the governors, and the captains, the judges, the treasurers, the counselors, the sheriffs, and all the rulers of the provinces to come to the dedication of the image which Nebuchadnezzar the king had set up. Then the princes, the governors, and captains, the judges, the treasurers, the counselors, the sheriffs, and all the rulers of the provinces were gathered together unto the dedication of the image that Nebuchadnezzar the king had set up, and they stood before the image that Nebuchadnezzar had set up. Then the herald cried aloud to you, it is command, O nations and languages, that at what time you hear the sound of the cornet, flute, harp, sackbut, psaltery, dulcimer, and all kinds of music, you fall down and worship the golden image.
You got the brother out again?
Damn, Satan is on him.
Hey, you have a little bit of short time, man.
The brother was in Daniel.
Yeah, Daniel 3, he was talking about how Nebuchadnezzar was putting up here you go.
He said the brother's coming back.
Yeah, I think he trying to fix this.
You can continue on to article until you come.
Yeah, I guess I'll put the name where he was at.
You got me?
You said what?
Yeah, am I back in?
You back?
Am I back on?
Yeah, you is.
Oh, Salakia. Satan keep trying to take me out, man.
Yeah.
But so they was basically saying, to get to the point, they said that whenever you hear the music, you gotta bow down to this statue, and he was basically making a decree that you gotta that I'm forcing you to bow to this statue. The same thing that they did to our man. Y'all gotta bow down to this to Caesar Borgia. Y'all gotta bow down to this cross. Y'all gotta get a program that we bring in, or what? We go slaughter y'all off. And we're supposed to disagree with that, but a lot of our people, they conform to it. They conform to Christianity. They conform to the Roman Catholicism and all of that. When the so-called what is it, the conquistadors, I believe, conquistadors or whoever it was, the Edomites, when they came over to conquer this land, they conformed to the things and the decrees that they was making,
That's right.
But what did we got an example of what our did back in times like that, when kings and all of that was making decrees that went against the word of the Most High. This is the book of Acts, chapter 5, verse 29. It says, then Peter and the other apostles answered and said, we ought to obey God for the laws of our fathers, man. We're supposed to stand up for the laws of the Most High. instead of bowing down to the king's decrees or bowing down to the law, the Edomites that they trying to bring, that they trying to put us under. We're supposed to obey the laws of the Most High. To that statue, man.
That's right. I got two precepts.
Alright.
Right. This is Habakkuk chapter 1. Con. This is Habakkuk chapter 1 and verse 4. Right. And it says, therefore, the law is slacked. Right. So they come out with these laws and they come out with these decrees, but the laws against us is slacked. Right. And it says, and judgment doeth never go forth. Hey, judgment doesn't go forth for us. We can get killed in the street like a dog, and the damn Edomite will get paid leave. All he has to do is go to another county and reapply as a damn police officer. He can get the job, and he back to where he was. Right. That's judgment doesn't go forth in the society. Right. And it says, for the wicked doeth compass the righteous. We are surrounded by the wicked. Hey, I was in the airport today, surrounded by Edomites, man. Made me uncomfortable. Kind of started itching. I was like, yo, I need to get out of here, man. Right. And because you got I get the fringes on, and I'm kind of they gonna look at you, man. And Esau wicked, right? And it says, the wicked doeth combat the righteous before the wrong judgment proceeded. Right. So before the wrong judgment proceeded, the wicked is gonna combat the righteous, man. Right, kind of even so, you in the courtroom and you got 14 jurors there, all Edomites, man. The damn judge are Edomite, your lawyer Edomite, the damn prosecutor Edomite. You're surrounded by the wicked before the wrong judgment go forth, before that gavel hits, and next you know you get 25 to life. Right, stealing a book back. Right, so the law is slacked here, man. Let me get another one. All right,
Yeah, one after you.
Let me get one more. All right, this is Psalms 94 and 20. Shall the throne of iniquity have fellowship with thee? Right? Who sits on that throne of iniquity? Esau. He will never have. Hey, in these other nations, they ain't never gonna have fellowship with Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. Right? And it says, which frameth mischief by a law. They frame mischief by a law. Right? Oh, I want to do this. This is let's do bestiality. Let's make a law for it, right? So nobody can say nothing to us, right? So when somebody does say something to them, according to code, such and such and such and such, I can do this. This is illegal. They frame mischief by a law, man. Right? Y'all got it.
Right. So, yeah, in the article it says the women and children, was burnt alive. All right. So let's get the book of Deuteronomy. Another curse, is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 22. It says, the Lord shall consumption, and with a fever, and with a inflammation, and with an extreme burning, and with the sword. Right. So you can tell this is lined up right up with the scriptures, man. It just said to terrify women and children who huddled inside one house, which was back in that time, they just had, a kind of, kind of house, but it was like more longer than it was wide. And they were burnt alive in there, So that's what fell in the curse right there. Deuteronomy 28 and verse 22. Okay. So, brother, got any point before I read on? All right.
You can read on.
It says the next day, John Winthrop, the governor of Massachusetts Bay Colony, declared a day of Thanksgiving because 700 men, women, and children had been murdered. Cheered by their victory, the brave colonists and their Indian allies attacked the village after village. Women and children over 14 were sold into slavery while the rest were murdered. Boats loaded with as many as 500 slaves regularly left ports from New England. Bounties were. You got it.
No, I said that's a cut, man.
Yeah.
To the Negro only Israelites. Didn't it just say they went into slavery?
Uh,
It's just man. I said that's a cut to Negro only Israelites, man. Right? That's a cut to. Come on, man. All right, you got it. I just want to point that out.
it says bounty to pay or Indian scouts to encourage as many deaths as possible, following an especially successful raid against the Pequot and what is now Stamford, Connecticut. The churches announced a second day of Thanksgiving to celebrate victory over the heathen savages. Right? I want to get a quick reset on that because hey, Esau they like to they thrive off killing us, man. They just want more, more. That should have already been. Hey, y'all burnt them alive. That should have already been enough. All right, so let's go to the book of Isaiah. Salakia. All right, Salakia. Yeah, let's go to the book of Isaiah real quick. Chapter 56, verse what I wanted 11. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 56, verse 11. It says, yeah, they are greedy dogs, which can never have enough. Right? Esau can never have enough, man. They just said that they burnt them alive. That should have already been enough killing for y'all. But what about Esau? They never stop being hungry for murder, man. They just greedy. They want more and more and more and more. If Yahushua wouldn't return to Esau, and the same thing they doing. You have some.
Con, I got a precept. Lucky, hold on. This the Salakia. This the book of Micah. Wait, Salakia, is that what I want? Con. This the book of Micah, chapter 2, and verse 1. It says, "Woe to them." The brothers bring this out already?
Micah 2 and 1. Yeah, I don't think we bring that out.
Con. Book of Micah, chapter 2 and 1. It says, "Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil on their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it, because it is in the power of their hand." So, this wasn't just something out of the blue that they came to teach Native Americans, man. It's when you watch old documentaries, it say when Christopher Columbus came over here, before he made the journey, he studied the Apocrypha, man. He studied the Apocrypha, and he read the book of Second Esdras. And he saw that the voyage that they took, that the so-called Northern Kingdom took to come over here, man. And there's accounts of that. It's historical accounts of that. And they say he also brought Hebrew interpreters with him, man, because he knew that the Hebrews was over here, and he wanted to come over and put them into bondage, man. So that's why he was working the iniquity upon his bed. He was sitting there meditating on it. How can I defeat these people? How can I take them into slavery? Where can I find them? So verse 2, it says, "They covet fields and take them by violence." They came over here, they was coveting the land that the so-called Northern Kingdom had. Northern Kingdom was over here, they was living fat. They had all kinds of land. They had the buffalo. They didn't really want for anything, man. But the so-called white man saw how good they was living, and he covered it after that, man. He wanted to learn how to grow the same crops. He wanted to learn the terrain and all the different mountain ranges and all of that. He wanted to control all that, man. Because what he saw when he looked at it, he saw what they say, when you look at something you like, your eyes, you got dollar signs in your eyes. That's how Esau was looking when he seen the Northern Kingdom over there, man. And it said, "And take them by violence and houses and take them away, so they oppress the man and his house even a man in his heritage. So they was oppressing the Northern Kingdom, man, making decrees like men, like the brother was just bringing out, forcing them to conform to the I don't know if brothers heard of this, but they had like some type of schools that they was making the Native Americans go to, like a reform school or something like that, and they was making them comb their hair like Edomites comb their hair and all of that, making them dress in damn suit and ties and all of that, man. Trying to make them trying to basically Europeanize the Northern Kingdom, man. So they was oppressing a man in his heritage, man.
Yeah, I ain't know that.
Y'all brothers got it.
Yeah, Salakia, real quick. Right. Why would if Christopher Columbus was going to India, man? Why would he bring a Hebrew interpreter with him if he's going to India? Like that don't make sense. They knew the Northern Kingdom was over here keeping commandments. Why do you think he brought pigs over here? The Northern Kingdom didn't eat pork, so it's not a coincidence. You got brother Marion got something.
So like even when we bringing out the history, man, our people got to come out of this, man. They got to stop going into the way of the heathen, right? This idolatry, off, man. Right? Even Christians, they was just complaining last month about damn Christopher Columbus. Now they about to have a whole Thanksgiving meal celebrating what his people did to our brothers and sisters. Hypocrisy, right? Let's go to Leviticus 18:3. Right, because it's very vexing in the spirit, man. When you see what people do these dumb things, and they reject knowledge, right? They reject knowledge, as Hosea 4:6 told you. You tell them, they reject it. They don't want to hear, right? This is Leviticus 18:3, right? But they somehow love the Lord, right? LOL. This is Leviticus 18:3, right? I'm going to start at verse 2. Speak unto the children of Israel, right? Not everybody, but the children of Israel, and say unto them, I am the Lord your God, right? After the doings of the land of Egypt wherein you dwelt, right, shall you not do. So you can't celebrate no Thanksgiving, man. That was ordained by man. When did the Most High say celebrate Thanksgiving in the Bible? Right. When did the Most High say celebrate Christmas, right? Easter, 4th of July. Those are the doings after the land of Egypt. And it says, after the doings of the land of Canaan, I bring you that you shall not do. Did the Most High bring us over here? Right? The Most High, he brought us to America, right? He said, don't do these things. Right? He brought the Native Americans to America. Esau came, and the Most High said, don't do these things. Right? And it says, I bring you, shall you not do, neither shall you walk in their ordinances. And all you see is the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans walking in the ordinances of Esau, practicing everything that Esau does. Right? Supporting themselves in wickedness. You got it.
Yeah, that's why 2/3 gotta go, man. 2/3 have to go.
Come on, I got a precept.
Bring it out.
Just like the brother was saying, our people they wanna flock to the heathen. They wanna like we so obsessed with the ways of the so-called white man. We so obsessed with the ways of the Moabites. We want to fit in with them. We want to rub shoulders with them, And the same things was happening back then. Don't it say in Ecclesiastes that that which have been is that which shall be, paraphrasing.
And cut them out again. Man. But yeah, I think he was wanting to buy you back. Kicking people out, man. But yeah, though, I want to bring out a quick precept. Let's get the book of Proverbs, chapter 3, verse 31. All right. Proverbs, chapter 3, verse 31. It says, envy not the oppressor and choose none of his ways. So it's telling you, hey, don't envy the oppressor, man. But like the brother was saying, you got Jake trying to do nothing more by you got Jake wearing the damn Naruto headband, you know, trying to be like the Japanese, trying to be like the Chinese, you know,
Con.
celebrating the year of the dragon. I want to be an anime character, you know, got anime everywhere in the room. Brother obsessed with Chinese girls. Like I didn't seen it all. It's crazy. It says envy not the oppressor. You know, then you got Eve wanna she damn dyeing her hair, trying to be like the little mermaid. Hey, it get bad out here, man. It get bad.
That's off.
Con.
Making
Salakia.
that Naruto.
So
Yeah, man.
that's like the brother was just bringing out. You know, we envy the oppressor. We want to be like them so bad. You know, that was happening back then in the days of the Maccabees. That's why I was trying to bring out the second steady trying to take me off the live stream. But this book of First Maccabees, chapter 1 and 11, it says, "In those days went there out of Israel wicked men who persuaded many, saying, 'Let us go and make a covenant with the heathen.'" So our people nowadays they want covenants with the heathen. They want to be like them. They want to live around them. You know, and it says saying, "Let us go and make a covenant with the heathen that are round about us. And since we departed from them, we have had much sorrow." So our people, we want to celebrate their holidays. We can't live without that 4th of July barbecue. You know, we can't live without the Christmas presents and bowing down to Caesar Borgia every Sunday in the church, man. We can't live without the damn what is it? What's another damn Columbus Day? Damn what's
Valentine's Day.
all these heathenistic holidays and these heathenistic rituals, this pagan and this idolatry, man. We flock to whatever the heathen bring to the table, man. And we can't be doing it, you know. The Lord said in Jeremiah 10 and 1, learn not the ways of the heathen, man.
All right.
You know, it's like you're 10 and 2. You know, so a lot of our people, they wanna make covenants with the heathen. They wanna choose their ways. You know, they want to go out there, but they feel like they said since we departed from me, we have felt much sorrow. Like, how hard is it to just cleave to your own nation, man? The Lord said in
Right.
Zephaniah 2 and 1, gather yourself together to my desire. Don't nobody want us, man. So why we want everybody?
Con.
I got a precept to what the brother was going into, right?
Right, I got
Our people hold on the side of Esau, man. Right? Our people love Esau, right? He's the devil, man. But our people hold on the side of him. Right? This is Wisdom of Solomon 2 and 24. Nevertheless, through envy of the devil, death came into this world. So through the envy of Esau, death came into this world. And hey, let's go to Ezekiel chapter 35 and verse 11. Because ain't nobody, you know, you got Christians. How do you know that's talking about Edomites? It doesn't say Edomites. All right, let's get a precept. Right?
We open.
Yo.
Right? It's Ezekiel 35 and 11. Right? Hey, man, this is a prophecy against the Edomites. Right? Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord God, I will even do according to thine anger and according to thine envy, which thou hast used out of thy hatred against them. Who's the them? The Israelites. Right? And it says, and I will make myself known amongst them, when I have judged thee. So the Most High say he's going to do that, man, right? Because he's going to do according to the envy of the devil, of the Edomites. So let's go back to Wisdom of Solomon 2 and 24. Nevertheless, through envy of the devil, death came into this world, and they that hold of his side do find it. Our people hold at the side of Esau. That's why our people are getting judged, man, right? In the streets, getting killed by their own brothers and sisters, right? Planned Parenthood, right? All of these different things, right? Because they hold on the side of Esau and they trust in oppression, as Isaiah 31 tells you, right? They trust in Egypt. Oh, you got it. And I also let brothers know that my phone about to die in a minute. My phone's about to die in a minute, so I was going to let them know.
But yeah, like, hey, our people always want to, especially Jake and interracial marriages, man. To deal with the so-called white women, you know. They even tell you in Deuteronomy 7:3, you know, don't make marriages with the other nations because they're gonna turn you away from following the Most High, you know. So you got Jake out there want to deal with the Chinese women, want to deal with the white women, you know. That's that whoremonger spirit, you know. All bread is sweet to a whoremonger, man. So Jake, y'all gotta stop dealing with the women of the other nations. You back, brother? Yeah, you should be straight.
Con.
All right, let me read this article real quick. It says bounties were paid for Indian scouts to encourage as many deaths as possible. Following an expected successful raid against Pequot in what is now Stamford, Connecticut, the churches announced a second day of Thanksgiving to celebrate the victory of the heathen savages. That's a proverb in the Bible right there, called savages. During the feast, the half-off kids of natives were kicked through the streets like soccer balls. Even the friendly Wampanoag, which did not escape the madness. Their chief was beheaded, and his head was impaled on a pole in Plymouth, Massachusetts, where it remained on display for 24 years. So you can't tell me Esau not the wicked for that, man. You know, they chopped off a dude's head, put it on a pole, and left it there for 24 years. Now tell me who the wicked is. Hey, it gotta be them, you know. We just read the wicked are estranged from the womb, man. That's crazy. It says the killings became more and more frenzied, with the days of Thanksgiving feast being held after each successful massacre. George Washington finally suggested that only one day of Thanksgiving per year be set aside instead of celebrating each and every massacre. It says later Abraham Lincoln decreed Thanksgiving Day to be a legal national holiday during the Civil War. On the same day, he ordered troops to march against the starving Sioux in Minnesota. This story doesn't have quite the same fuzzy feelings associated with it as the one where the Indians and Pilgrims were all sitting down together at the big feast, but we need to learn our true history so it won't ever be repeated. All right. So, hey, that's right. You know, we gotta wash out everything we was taught here in America. You know, and we gotta learn our true history, or come back to our true nationality and our heritage, man, and keep these laws, statutes, commandments, and have faith in the Most High that we could get delivered up out of here. Okay, brothers got a precept.
That's right. That's right. I got a precept.
Con, I got a point.
Right, it's Revelations chapter 22.
Oh, go ahead.
Revelations 22:12. And behold, I come quickly, and my reward is with me. Right? The reward is the kingdom, to give every man according as his work shall be. Right? So if you're not doing your due diligence to the best of your ability, right, in this truth, right, your reward. Hey, man, you may not get it to you may get the 2/3. You may not get into the kingdom. Just because you got fringes on, don't mean you get in the kingdom. And let's say you do get the kingdom, right? It's still gonna be a hierarchy in the kingdom. You still gonna have social class in the kingdom. We got to strive for the 1/3, 144,000, to be a prince, to be a judge, to be a general over 50 or a captain. Hey, man, you may get a lot of land, right? And a whole bunch of Edomites over there and says, okay, govern them and teach them the commandments, right? Or you might just be a regular Jake in the kingdom. You're gonna get what you put in this truth, right? And it says, I am Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end, and the first and the last. Blessed are they that do his commandments, that they may have right to the tree of life and may enter through the gates of the city. Right? So that's the last book, last page of the Bible. You got to keep the commandments to get everlasting life. Period, point blank. Right? For without our dogs, right, these other nations, and sorcerers and whoremongers and murderers and idolaters and whosoever loveth and maketh alive, which is Esau and these other nations, but chiefly Esau, the top dog. I'm gonna call Esau the top dog because he is the top dog. He's a dog, but he's the head of these other nations, right? So he's the top dog. All right, y'all got it.
You got a precept, Kazak, or something you wanted to bring out?
So like your closing precept.
No, I thought you had. My bad. I thought you had
Close out.
something you wanted to bring out.
But
yeah,
I wanted to touch on one of that last sentence. No, so like that where it says later. So like I can't read it. It's so small. It says later
so
Abraham Lincoln decided Thanksgiving. Can you reread that again?
it says later Abraham Lincoln decreed Thanksgiving Day to be a legal national holiday during the Civil War. On the same day, he ordered troops to march against the starving Sioux in Minnesota. That's what you wanted?
He ordered troops. They was already starving. They already weak now. So you go order troops to go ahead and march against them, you know. That's that's not showing no mercy, man. You know, and that's why the Most High said this the book of Isaiah chapter 47:6. It says, I was wroth with my people. I have polluted mine inheritance and given them into thine hand. Because we were sent to Babylon the Great to serve a sentence. You know, basically that's what I said. We were sent here for a punishment, you know. And it says, thou didst show them no mercy. So the heathens, they ain't show our people no mercy, man. Even when they were starving, and he still ordered troops to march against them, you know, to go down and slaughter them, man. You know, and it says, upon the ancient has thou very, very heavily laid the yoke. So they laid the yoke heavy upon our people, man. They ain't show no mercy. So we not gonna show no mercy toward them, man. That's why the Lord said we go punish the heathen according to his anger, man. That's why he said that in Ezekiel. What's that? At 25:14. You know, he said we was gonna do unto Edom according to his anger. You know, that's why we got to take them into captivity, man, because they gotta be recompensed for all the things that they done to our people, man. Not showing no mercy to our people. I'm gonna just grab this one last precept.
Come on.
This is the book of 2 Thessalonians chapter 1 verse 6. It says, seeing it is a righteous thing with God to recompense tribulation to them that trouble you. So it's a righteous thing for us to get for the Most High to allow us to get that get back. You know, for all the things, for all the trial and tribulation, all the hardships, all the pregnant women that got their stomach cut up. You know, all the families that got their babies taken from them and never seen them again. You know, all the families that had to get thrown off the slave ships because the ship was too heavy and they didn't have enough food to feed all the slaves. You know, all the families that died. You know, when the so-called KKK was thrown inside people's house during rights movement, man. It's a righteous thing with the Most High for us to get back at these heathens for all the things that they did to us, man. You know,
right? And so like it real quick to the I don't know if the Edomite gonna watch this or not, but there's an Edomite on the video. He's talking about we got this layer fair and square. Hey, you's alive, bro. I really want to have a talk with you, man. If you watching this, talking about we got this land fair and square. You know, that's a damn lie. You didn't get this land. How you got this land fair and square when you tricked the Native Americans? You know, brothers know what I'm talking about. You tricked the Native Americans. You know, to have them teach you crops. You know, then when they turned around, you damn gave them blankets with smallpox on it. That's not getting the land fair and square in a one-on-one battle. Because best believe, hey, you went one-on-one with Gad, they would have probably, Gad would have probably, you know.
Hey, Shalakia, didn't in the article it said it killed 700 children and women?
Right.
What is that? Right, and they celebrated over that of killing women and children.
Go on.
right? But y'all got this land fair and square, right? Didn't you know every one of the battles and the raids and the wars that the Edomites and the Native Americans had all started by the Edomites or these, the white people ambushing the Native Americans while they were sleeping.
Right.
They're sleeping in their tents, right? And not in the tent, in their in their houses, in their huts, whatever. They always came, right? And ambushed them by night, but they got this land fair. Then they give them smallpox blankets. That's fair and square.
Con.
When they went head to head, Gad was giving them the work, man.
Right.
God was giving them the work, and they know that. So they had to be subtle. They had to be that sneaky serpent devil, that large serpent, to overcome at the end of the day. Now we know that's the will of the Most High, but that's not fair and square, right? Right? They're and then they're going to teach their children that, oh yeah, we got this great country, we got this great land by fighting to the death, right? Man, let's go to the book of Habakkuk, right? This is the book of Habakkuk. They teach lies, man.
I appreciate that.
Right, this is Habakkuk chapter 2 and 18. What profiteth the graven image and the maker thereof to have graven it? The molten image and a teacher of lies, that the maker of his work trusted therein to make them idols. And Esau, man, he's teacher of lies, man. Right? He's the teacher of lies. That's what he does. Right? Let me get another precept. All right. This is the book. All right, hold on. Bear with me. Let's see. Let's go to the book of Psalms, chapter 120 and verse 2. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 120 and verse 2. And it says, deliver my soul, O Yahweh, from lying lips and from a deceitful tongue. Mm-hmm. And hey, man, that's what we praying for at the end of the day, to be delivered from this hellhole, man. Because all they do is lie through the media, through the history, schooling, anywhere you go. Esau just lying in these other nations, deceitful tongue, right? Speaking sweetly towards you, giving you smooth words, but that at the end of the day, they're lying to you, right? It didn't say Proverbs 27:5, the kisses of an enemy are deceitful, right? Mm-hmm. To that effect. Right, so you can't trust the kisses from an enemy. You can't trust a deceitful tongue. All right, y'all got it.
I got a precept.
All right, you go ahead.
This is the book of Sirach. This is the book of Sirach, chapter 12, verse 16. It says, an enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips, but in his heart he imagineth how to throw thee into a pit. So Esau, he gonna come to you speaking sweetly. He gonna come subtile because he that serpent, man. He gonna come with his he gonna come with open arms. It said, I believe they say he broke over don't quote me on this, but I believe it was over 100 treaties with the Native Americans, man. And he broke all of them, didn't keep not one. It says, an enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips, but in his heart he imagineth how to throw thee into a pit. He will weep with his eyes, but if he find opportunity, he will not be satisfied with blood. So he not satisfied with the blood. Even up to today, man. You got Trayvon Martin, you got George Floyd, you got Samantha Bland. You just had another young Jake killed. I think his name is Kawan.
Yeah.
Kawan or something like that. So our enemies, they not satisfied with blood, man. They thirsty. They thirsty for the blood, man. Like a damn what the Lord call him, that young lion. They not satisfied with blood, man. They gonna continue to kill Jake until they can't kill Jake no more.
That's right.
Yeah, real quick, that precept. It's the book of Sirach, chapter 19, verse 26. It says, there is a wicked man that hangs down his head sadly. Inwardly he is full of deceit. So no telling how they deceived the Native Americans when they came over, man. They probably, man, hey, we just try to escape. Because, the Pilgrims they couldn't be free in the land our land. That's the whole reason why they came over here, to be free. So no telling how they came over here, like, and the King of England was pressing us. We be trying to learn how to grow some crops. Man, y'all teach us this. Hey, but already they were full of deceit. It was full of rape, bribes, and murder, man. You know, they was kind of smooth talking to the Native Americans. That's why I say, that's why I say, what's that? Iraq 12 and 10, never trust thy enemy for a client wrestles, so that's his weakness. You know, so
Right.
this would just be a learning lesson for all you Jake out there, and Native Americans and Hispanics to never trust thy enemy. You know, even tell you, let's get it, Job 20 and 12, real quick, then we could close out. Job chapter 20, verse 12. It says, so wickedness be sweet in his mouth, so he hide it underneath his tongue. Right? He hides the wickedness under his tongue, under his appearance, I mean, Slakia. But hey, the wickedness is already sweet in his mouth, you know. So this is a wake-up call for all you Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans to know who your true enemy is according to the Bible. All right. Brother, got something else they want to bring out?
La'ah.
All right. With that, we're going to give a strong shalom, you know. We continue going hard, being on fire in these last days, you know, and have faith in the Most High. All right. Brother Tazamah.
Brother Yamarian.